begin with an update coming in on the shocking story that we reported from Rajasthan of minor girls being sold off, being auctioned to repay loans. Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has finally broken his silence. Gehlot has assured action, saying that the guilty will not be spared. This is the message that's coming from Chief Minister Gehlot, even as there's a political fight that's broken out over this, with the BJP questioning where's the safety of women, how are women being protected in the state of Rajasthan when every other week there's an incident or a crime being reported against a woman in the state. The latest incident that's been reported is of minor girls reportedly being auctioned off to settle financial disputes to repay loans. And Ashok Gehlot has assured that he will personally look into this.
देखिए तो अभी मीडिया में खबर आई है जी, हमने टीम लगा दी है वहाँ पर हकीकत मालूम है कि वास्तव में क्या स्थिति है, ये खबर क्यों बनी, कैसे बनी, क्या कारण है। हम तो वहाँ किसी को बख्शेंगे नहीं, कोई घटना हुई होगी। देखिए तो अभी मीडिया में खबर आई है जी, हमने टीम लगा दी है वहाँ पर हकीकत मालूम है कि वास्तव में क्या स्थिति है, ये खबर क्यों बनी, कैसे बनी, क्या कारण है। हम तो वहाँ किसी को बख्शेंगे नहीं, कोई घटना हुई होगी।
Let's take this across to Preeti Chaudhary. She's joining us live from our newsroom with more details on this. The information that's coming in of this particular incident in Bhilwara of Rajasthan, Preeti, makes your blood curdle. The kind of information that's coming in of these minor girls being sold off to settle financial disputes. And unfortunately, whether we like it or not, this perhaps could be the reality in many parts of rural India.
Well, you're bang on there, Rakshita, because if you do look at it, we talk about 21st century India. This is the shocking reality check of 21st century India. To break it down, what really happened? One of a leading newspaper carried out an investigation which seemed to suggest that girls from a particular caste, the lowest in terms of the financial pecking order, the poorest of the poor, families which could not pay back loan, then if they could not pay back loan, the debt was taken from them through the course of a bona fide stamp paper, a 50 rupee stamp paper on which those families signed off their girls to the ones that they owed the debt to. What in fact is most shocking in all of this, Akshita, if this is true, then the panchayat, the village panchayat is culpable as much, because the village panchayat is the one which brokered, this entire deal. On the other hand, the families allegedly again, which did not want to sign off their girls on the stamp paper, the mother of the daughter was raped. This again would happen at the behest and the bidding of the village panchayat. It's an entire nexus, if at all there is truth in that news report. The NHRC has of course asked for a thorough investigation. The NCW has put together a fact-finding team. The Rajasthan government itself has now ordered a probe. If there is truth in this, of course, there's massive political storm which is brewing in the desert state of Rajasthan over it. But ultimately, the hard, cold, one needs to look at, Akshita, is that 50 rupee stamped paper. That is the worth, alleged worth, of a girl in the state of Rajasthan in 21st century India, in one of the fastest growing economies in the state.
There are questions right now being asked of the Gehlot government. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has broken his silence finally. He's saying that we will ensure strict action is taken. But from the kind of information that you have given us of how this was literally a legal transaction with stamp papers involved, and these reports also suggesting that, the mothers of these girls were raped if these girls weren't auctioned off. The sheer, details that are coming out tends to really shock you and makes you numb that something like this can even happen. But the fact that panchayat officials are involved, that's where the onus lies on the government, on the administration, Preeti, to ensure that all of these are now taken to task.
Well, bang on, Akshita, because if you look at it, it's not just a transaction carried out between two families. It's happened at the behest of the panchayat. Who actually puts in these panchayat heads? It's the government. This is all it's a part of the entire electoral process which goes down to block levels to the Gram Panchayat area as well. So lots of questions need to be asked. The entire nexus needs to be looked at. Once again, Akshata, we want to underline a thorough investigation needs to be carried out to gauge the authenticity, because all of it stems from a news report which was put forth by a newspaper in Rajasthan. It was picked up suo moto by the NHRC, and if there is truth in this, then one really needs to look at, because all, the Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, all of that is just mere lip service with actually what goes down right now in many parts of rural India, and this is just one shocking example.
The need of the hour is really to set an example from this case, ensure the strictest possible action against anyone who is involved in any way, directly or indirectly in this particular case, and set an example so something like this can never really repeat. Thanks very much, Preeti, for joining us with all of those details.